Hello!
Hello. Claire, I have a question for you.
Oh, God.
It's
7.
it's a very important question.
7.
That's not an answer in this case, unfortunately.
Okay.
If you had to be made out of any breakfast cereal, what would it be?
7.
That's There isn't one called Seven, as far as I'm aware.
What's the closest one to a number? If I had to be made out of a breakfast cereal, a
Yeah.
shitty one, so people wouldn't eat me.
Okay.
Special
Anyone in
K.
particular?
Um,
Should be unbelievably overpriced for what you are. Okay.
that sums me up all over, to be honest. That's how I feel in most days, to be honest. But, I don't know. If I had to be a breakfast cereal,
Yeah.
what? Why?
I was just wondering.
Probably muesli, because nobody wants to eat muesli.
Yeah. Apart from people no one likes. So
Yeah, and that's just that goes bad slower.
That's
That-
a fact as
Yeah,
well.
it is. Don't you forget it. It goes bad slower, so therefore I'm more likely to live longer.
That's true.
There you go. That's my answer. Why?
I was just wondering.
When did that come into your head?
Actually, it's on the way back from the shops earlier. Just popped into my head. That's
Okay, and you?
to be honest, I'm not sure. I was thinking possibly honey nut loops because then I'd be covered in bees.
Oh, God.
Just bees. And I could fight crime as some kind of bee-based superhero who's also made of cereal.
Yeah, but you're made of cereal, therefore you don't have any cognitive brain functions. Because I'm not. Don't know if I
it
don't.
still works. That's part of the
It's part of the deal, is it?
yeah, part of the deal is everything still works. It's just it's made out of cereal.
You know that the bees aren't actually attracted to honey?
They're
It's
attracted
that-
to sweet things.
Yeah, okay. They like it because it's their food source, but
Yeah,
they're more attracted to colour.
yeah. It could be colourful honey. I don't know. It could use food dye.
Could use food dye. I'm dyeing my everything.
To attract bees. Come for the colour, stay for the honey.
I just went for nice and safe and dull because my brain is wired into, instead of superheroes, it's wired into survival. See, that's where my brain was going. Yeah, it'd have to be something boring that I could live, that would last for ages because no one wants to eat it and never goes off.
Well,
I don't
anyway.
think you can get off muesli. Does it ever go bad?
No, it just goes slightly shitter. That's
Yeah. It's like those old World War II cans that people sometimes open and eat. And they go,
Jen.
yeah, it tastes vaguely of rot. Yes. But edible rot. That is actually something I've heard someone say.
It tastes of rot.
It tastes vaguely of rot, but edible rot.
I think they've got quite low standards when it comes to edible. That's. Then again, cheese is kind of rotten. So
Only technically. I mean, technically yes, but
you're
it's
doing
gone
this.
bad. It's gone bad milk,
Yeah.
basically. So is yogurt, mind you. Plain make. Oh, I hate it. For one of the modules I had to do in when I was a science teacher, I had to make had the kids make yogurt, and you have to vaguely heat it up to
Yeah.
get all the bacteria going. Oh, it's rancid. It is so bad. It's so bad walking into, because I had to put it into the fucking incubator to keep it at a steady 30 degrees. And then one kid had decided he wasn't going to sterilise his fucking spoon.
Oh God.
And when I looked in the cup, there was lots and lots of lovely yoghurt and a massive pile of mould. Everybody else's were fine, but
There's always one.
yes, we call them twat mallets.
Yes.
Not twat mallets. Different thing entirely.
Anyway, shall we get back to driving with my ass? It's,
I don't want to know about your ass.
wedged right up in there. That's what keeps you. You can just kind of twitch the buttocks to activate the various levers and switches to indicate.
Do you suppose at some point there's a speciality car made for somebody who's got this particular disability?
What? Well, they can only drive backwards using their
Yes.
buttocks.
Yes. Well, as far as I can tell,
need
his
to
hands
range- yeah.
his hands are glued to his hip and leg.
But you'd need an arrangement of mirrors to see what you're doing. But that wouldn't be the most difficult thing in the world to sort out.
But driving with your buttocks, relatively easy, so long as you got the mirrors.
Yeah, and you need an adapted steering wheel to kind of plug right in there, unless you've got a particularly weird anus.
I'm assuming if you can drive with it, that's
It's very strange.
it's
Yeah.
given as a rule. Anyway, we arrive back at the car, we both get in, and Blue pulls the car away from Mr. Granger's mansion. As we drive away, I wonder what could have been so important and so terrible that Mr. Granger had to be silenced permanently. It was such a bold move for the rebels. That's because it wasn't done by the rebels.
If the rebels rarely, if ever, kill anyone, I'm starting to think they might not be that nasty.
No,
Getting this strange inkling.
well, considering the fact that we've got the psychics that use their abilities to and abilities to apprehend people and use enhanced interrogation,
Yeah.
which is a word for torture. I don't know if many Americans get that because Donald Trump keeps on saying and nobody calls it up. Yes, I'm in favour of advanced interrogation.
Wow.
You mean torture? You're in favour of torture, and no one I saw so far has picked him up on that. And it's just like that's not okay. Just because you call it something different, it's not okay.
It's like when bin men are called refuse operatives or something.
Yes,
It's kind of, look, they're bin men. They're men who put things in who empty the
refuse
bins.
engineers, sanitation
Yeah.
engineers.
Yeah, it's kind of just call it what it is. For one thing, there's nothing. Well, in the case of the bin men, there's nothing wrong with it. For one thing, unlike torture, which is quite a lot of things wrong with it.
Yeah, and
The
also
concept in general, for example.
bin men paid quite a lot, so
Yeah, because no one wants to do the job, and they have to get up early. That's probably why they
that
don't
would
want
be
to do it.
basically why I wouldn't
Yeah.
want to do the job. I'll be honest. I can deal with all the rest,
Yeah.
except I'm like a fucking weakling. But you know,
Well, yeah. Most people at places around here have wheelie bins anyway, so you just kind of plug them into the back of the bin van and
the bin.
press a button, and it gets done for you. So
Yeah. I glance sideways at Blue. I can tell he's lost in his own stream of thoughts. What's he thinking? I can read his emotions, but I don't know what's going on in his mind.
I'm a driving with my butt. I'm a driving with
Not
my butt.
really.
I'm a driving with my butt.
I wonder what he actually thinks about Grange. His secret theory, I'm sure he has one. You don't get
I'm
to
a
be
driving with my butt.
senior agent
I'm
without
driving
having
with
an
my butt.
active
I'm a
investigative
driving
mind.
with my butt.
Although
I'm
he
a
tries very
driving
hard
with
to
my
hide it, I'm not sure why. Maybe one day I'll know him well enough to know what he's thinking about in situations like this.
I'm a driving with my butt. I'm a driving with
It's
my
an
butt.
odd thought. Another odd thought. What does he think about me?
I'm a driving with my butt.
Late morning is ticking swiftly towards early afternoon. Blue and I decide to head to the Sector 2 precinct to see if we can get some information on Grange. A stout, sandy-coloured building near the centre of the dome is the hub of enforcer activity. Tend to avoid places like this when I can. Something about the faceless masses of enforcers causing an emotional reaction with me. Haven't pinned it down exactly. Not fear or annoyance, perhaps anxiety. What you mean not seeing people's eyes is a problem? Because
Well, a lot of the enforcers are literally faceless from what we've seen. So
True.
they've had their faces removed, not just. There seems to be different tiers. You know, if you're grunt, you have your face removed, but when you get promoted, you're given most of it back. It's-
sometimes it's unavoidable, like today. We need to see if we can find a connection between Grange and Zala or her flying monkeys. The fastest way to do that is through Central's files.
and just ring them.
You could.
Yeah.
Blue pulls the car up to the front of Central and I feel rather than see a figure standing off to the side. 'Cause I'm a fucking empath and can feel her. I follow my mind with my eyes and see her carefully lounging against a wall in a dark passage between two of the surrounding buildings.
What?
It's Zala.
Wait. I'm trying to work out where the dark passage could be. in this picture, because there's not really anywhere that is overshadowed much, is there?
Maybe it's behind us.
That's true, could be. Though it said neighbouring building. Well, neighbouring buildings could be across the road, I guess.
No, wait, there's hostility, but it's different, more focused.
Angry! Oh, lost, not today.
What, not excited to see your girlfriend?
I don't want to see her ever again.
Yeah, I feel that way about some of my girlfriends.
No.
Intensity of his reaction is surprising. We both get out of the car. I didn't realise.
Don't worry about us. Just go inside before she notices us. She's kind of scared.
We start walking towards the steps of Central, but suddenly...
Ninjas!
Space Ninja!
Ninjas! Bright red space ninja!
Blue, I always knew you were lazy, but I never thought you were blind too.
Huh?
I don't know. Not that I blame you. If I had this newbie as my partner, I probably wouldn't have had the stones to face any of my fellow agents either. Because
it's more your ass, really.
It's more that you're a twat with bad tattoos.
Also, the rebels all have guns, right? How did you ever start?
It's a good question.
It's long sword too, so it's rubbish in an enclosed space. So you can only use it when there's a lot of space and the enemy of assault rifles. It's just saying.
Yeah, but she can phase in and out of existence through space.
That's true. When you have a knife, then that'd still work better. Yeah. Meh.
The Distorter. Why? Why is that? Does she distort the truth, or does she distort living things to being dead things? I'm gonna go with the latter, probably.
Yeah.
Well, I would have the stones, but you certainly wouldn't. Is she housebroken yet?
That's just it's because we presumably slept together. I don't remember you having the stones. But okay. I remember it being definitely not testicular around there, but I was drunk, to be fair, because I'm always drunk. But it's my memory's not the best. I'm not a bit confused. Have I met you?
Excuse me? Beg pardon? That's a very British term. Beg pardon.
Beg your pardon, love. What's she saying?
Was my disdain not strong enough for you? I thought you could read people's minds. No, that's telepathy, which is arguably a much more useful skill.
Rather than, ooh, this person I'm interrogating feels uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That's handy.
Oh, right, you can't even do that, can you? Huh? I don't understand why the Bureau thinks you're special. As far as I'm concerned, you're useless. What's an Esper gonna do? Feel me to death? Why? I don't... Why is your MO automatically to death? Aren't they basically just glorified cops?
Yeah, aren't they basically kind of psychic FBI or something?
Yeah. Or unless it's psychic murder FBI.
Yay!
Where you get to murder the people that you're chasing.
That's what guns are for, though.
Yeah.
That's why they have guns.
Do they have guns?
Well, they've
Oh yeah,
held
of course.
guns and tried to shoot people.
She's got that 6-shooter.
Yeah.
Which one of the people in my comments said makes the wrong noise if it is if it is a 6-shooter in the game. So
maybe it's an automatic pistol that's been inside a plastic 6-shooter that someone got from the pound shop. They're trying to look more like Dirty Harry and failing.
Dirty Harriet. I don't understand why Bureau thinks you're special.
But leave her alone. She's annoying.
Defending your puppy Blue? If I were you, I'd miss having a partner with some real power. What is your power? Being a twat.
She kind of faded in, but on the other hand, that might have just been an artistic thing. So
yeah. Although the rest of us just walking from the side, so that's obviously it's not some parlor trick.
Violet is perfect. No, thank you very much.
It's the amount of noise I've imagined her making. Brain hurt. Not sure if insult or not. Ooh.
Why are you here, Red? No one likes you.
I have something that might interest you.
I won't put toads at me and don't unzip your clothing again. That was really awkward at the Christmas party.
Just a few photos I don't need.
That's almost as bad, to be honest. This is not really appropriate behaviour. We split up ages ago. I know it wasn't entirely amiable, but to be honest, you're always angry, which meant the sex was quite scary. So, yeah. And you're the reason I drink, so, you know. Thanks for the offer, yeah. Yeah. What?
Oh. Okay. Even if I couldn't feel the embarrassment and anger rock Red's mind, I would be able to see it on her face.
You said a thing, instant murder.
Yeah, you said something that was vaguely insulting. Really vague, in fact.
Yeah.
Her snide grin turns into a snarl, twisting the sides of her mouth. She really needs to take a fucking pill, doesn't she? It's just like, God, you can at least dye your hair like everyone else.
Yeah, that's true. She's like, then again, they wanted her to have a red bodysuit, obviously, and it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then again, Blue's wearing mostly blue, so.
Yeah, but I don't think Violet's wearing mostly purple.
That's true. Yeah, it's weird. Just.
Yeah, let's just go with
Except
it.
it's weird and move along.
Her snarl twisting the sides of her mouth while her cheeks colour ever so slightly. Defensively, she crosses her arms over her chest.
That is not a defensive pose. Look at that picture. That
No.
isn't defensive. Dan, if she's going to draw that sword, she's going to do it quite badly.
Well, isn't she going for it the wrong way? Because her thumb should be... If she's going to pull it out that way... Basically,
Where is her thumb?
Well, her thumb is there. But that's not how hands work, is it?
I thought that was her little finger.
It might have been her little finger.
But then her hand's backwards.
Yeah. If
I'm
that's her...
confused.
I'm confused. Either she's gone for it the wrong way. I don't know.
That pose doesn't quite work. What the hell? Oh, yeah, right. Let's just move along. Her hands are weird.
If I meant to flaunt my body, I would not be in front of her.
Why do you feel intimidated by her?
Besides,
I just think purple's that nice.
I'm sure you remember it quite well already.
Oh, I was mainly screaming. I was just hand it over.
Red holds the pictures out to Blue, twitching back when he reaches out to grab them, taunting him before placing them into his hands. Like a twat.
That is strange. How did you get hold of these photos when, you know, you're an agent for a criminal investigation? What's name? What is allowed to take photos or hacking into surveillance?
Yes. That's none of your beeswax. Well, it does actually matter because, you know, trials and, you know...
admissible in court and stuff.
Yeah.
If assuming that's the thing in this reality. That's bull! You hands was getting your hands on evidence. It's tied into more investigations very much. Like I said.
Yeah. Chain of custody is a thing. Too bad. Life can be so disappointing, can't it?
I'm not in the mood for beating her in the bush, Pat.
I have my ways. You should know that by now.
And do most involve beating. Forget it. Just tell me who this is range in the fire. Ooh, it's a rebel.
How should I know? What do you think I am? Psychic?
Well, yeah, you're part of the psychic squad, or whatever we're called. Hey, honey, they told me you didn't get a main license.
Doing the dirty work just isn't my style. I leave that for the puppies and the lazy old softies.
I didn't ask for your help, bitch.
I could never pass up the opportunity to make you look bad. I don't think you actually did.
No, he just kind of turned up and said, I've got something helpful, here you go.
Yeah, I mean, you tried to be insulting, but...
It failed.
Really
Hello, I'm a twat, but I have something helpful to give you. Bye. Alright, never could you?
You're welcome.
Start my mind. Come on, we've got to do away from this psychopath.
See you the next time I do your job.
Our job is extraordinary.
Huh. As we enter the precinct, I feel like Red is still somewhere nearby, her eyes burning back of my head. She's unpleasant.
Ah, shit, Sherlock. Go on, yes, let's go find Cassie.
The waves of hostility that rolling off her are incredible, but at least know she isn't corrupt. How? Corrupt people have emotions too.
Yep.
I hate to get on the bad side of someone like her.
What,
Wonder why
murderer? Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder why she's so dismissive towards me. Is she usually this way, or is she just trying to throw me off?
All of the above.
Yeah, basically. She has to be hiding something.
Seven's hiding something.
Blue's eyes widen, his face going pale for some reason.
What'd you say?
Oh, sorry, just thinking out loud again.
Oh, I thought you were thinking about that thing she did with the strap on. Okay, every time things before. How am I saying further?
Sector 2 precinct. We trek through the halls of the precincts, which are buzzing.
Bzzz.
I've done that thing again. Which are buzzing with the movement and chatter of enforcers. Smells
Guess
like
they're part B.
I hate you so much.
What? Why can't they be part B? They genetically engineer other people. Also, I want to know who keeps going around taking the bites out of buildings. Look through that window.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
That doesn't look like an architectural style. It looks like someone went.
Smells like a mixture of sweat and some unidentified metallic odour, which could be guns or blood. I don't care to know which. She doesn't really like to know a lot of stuff, does she? When the crowd catches sight of me and Blue, it parts in front of us and quiets perceptibly.
Like a Red Sea, made of police bees.
Why the bees? Why?
What's wrong with bees?
It's just been everything you've said so far today, really. Sort of. You mentioned bees an awful lot today.
I've mentioned them twice. That's
3 or 4 times now. Because you started with Serial Man.
Yeah.
And then you went
police. And
Plan B, and then shit. You did say it more than once. Anyway. Sorry, I'm too tired to actually go back and... People, go back and look at the date stamps and see...
We need a bee count. We need a bee count in the comments. How many bees have been counted?
Well, you've just added another 3, so...
Yeah, it's for the entire episode, obviously. If we could have it in two separate numbers. One for up until the point when we asked how many, and then one for the episode total. That'd be handy. If anyone's just making little tally marks as they go along, or possibly a small picture of a bee each time, which admittedly takes longer, but would look quite nice.
A few enforcers I catch staring at me quickly look away from my violet eyes. Something about our eye colour makes people uneasy, even enforcers.
The fact it's bright purple, yeah.
Yeah, well, and blue. Oh, yeah. Fuck the blue-eyed people.
Oh, I've got blue eyes, that's weird. Yeah.
At the end of and green eyes. Oh, don't get me started on the green eyes. At the end of the hallway, we step into a large utilitarian office and stalk behind an enforcer behind a grey metal desk. What is your business here? That's you.
Oh, sorry, I thought that was you, sorry. I just learned that from the Bureau. It's Wells.
Very well, sir. 1 moment, please.
How does not know who we are? I mean, no one else has brightly held hair.
No, apparently not. Hair dye is no longer a thing.
No. Only grayscale. Yes.
Well, now looking at this office and all the rest of the pictures, the enforcer walks quickly to the back of the room while Blue and I are left Do you think they're doing that colour palette just to get a film noir vibe?
Oh, hell yeah.
But they wanted to just have brightly coloured people.
Yeah. I think it's to make the people stand out more as being unusual, but I don't think it worked.
Yeah, because the enforcers also stand out.
Yeah, because everyone else stands out. I mean, if they had everything black and white apart from the hair and the eyes, I think that would have been more...
That would have been cool.
That would have been a much better artistic statement. It would have stood out a lot more. Also, those things on the floor, you know, the little panels at the bottom, those. It's just male. Does that look like someone's just left a couple of Atari 2600s on the floor?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, God, showing my age. Showing my age.
There's just some enforcers sitting there going, yeah! During the lunch break. Sitting there cross-legged in front of the TV.
Playing ping pong.
Oh, pong.
Yeah, well, yeah. Enforcer walks quickly to the back room while Blue and I are left standing in the front office. I glance around the room. Walls are a sickly yellow. No, not.
Ah, great. Also, I thought that said sticky yellow. It should be an odd colour, sticky. That's
Yeah. It's honey. Back to the fucking bees again.
yeah.
Like skin that's not seen the sun for far too
Do the
long.
enforcers keep licking the walls when
You
they're
mean like skin? Okay, I'm not
That's
judging people.
jaundiced. That's not pale.
Do you go yellow if you're not in the sun? And I'm talking specifically to the people with white skin. Sorry, racism, but does your skin go? I don't know.
Well, to be honest, if you've got dark skin naturally and you go yellow when you're not in the sun, that's probably more interesting, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
let us know if that's the case as well.
Yeah, because that'd be interesting too. And again, there should probably be a study into that, to be honest, because that sounds very interesting.
Yeah, particularly if you don't have jaundice.
Yeah, if you have jaundice and you're yellow regardless, then that's kind of a control group, I guess.
I suppose so. I don't know. We can put them in the sun and out the sun and
In the sun and out the sun, in the sun and out the sun, then they get annoyed and punch us.
shake it all about.
Yeah, just on a seat on Wells, it keeps going in and out of a building constantly. Just really irritating when you're trying to read a book. I'm trying to read this, and you keep changing the lighting.
What you need to do in that case is provide them with lighting, because indoor lighting has apparently nothing to do with the yellow skin. Get them like a book light on their head or something,
Well,
and then put them on track so they don't get the constant jerkiness in and
There
out.
should be another control group, which is permanently in the dark.
I think that might be torture.
Yeah, I didn't say they didn't. Well, if they sign up for it, it's not torture. You get 50 quid a week. Oh, great. Yay, medical studies.
Yeah, depressing, isn't it?
I was tempted to sign up for one because there's a load of medical teaching hospitals around here. But they keep coming up with stuff about, it's going to be healthy within these age groups. Yes. No history of mental illness. Oh. Not on any medications. Oh.
Yeah. Lines of portraits on the wall are on either side of us. One side is labelled Our Fallen Heroes and has rows and rows of small portraits of half-mast enforcers.
They all look the same. In fact, it's the same picture. Just repeated. Actually got two, one male, one female. Slightly different jawline, because it's only from the shoulders up.
Opposite wall has far fewer portraits, but they're larger and bear the banner Our Fearless Leaders. Must be the former captains of the enforcers.
Do you know what? I'd quite like it if, the police force were led by someone who did know what fear felt like, because they're meant to be, protect and serve and all that stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I like to know that they know where to draw lines.
And what empathy is. So,
look all the way to the right to the current captain. Portraits of a large man, his shoulders square and hunched as though he's trying to bend over enough to fit inside the frame. Which
And
is
call
really
out
poor photography if you think about
yeah,
it.
because they could just move the camera back, but
No.
No.
Obviously he's an arsehole because they just said, right, you fucker, bend over.
yeah, just hunch in. This isn't completely undignified for someone who could have me shot. That's...
The enforcer reappears and gestures for us to follow him.
Hey. I think we actually had this conversation the first time we recorded it.
Yes.
Identifies as male, but hasn't transitioned yet.
True.
So, admittedly, how we would know that, I don't know. Maybe it's the future, so they've got some kind of signal they broadcast to their eyeballs or something. I don't know.
Maybe, yes. Although it is a very effeminate look for
Yeah.
someone who's wanting to transition.
True. Well, maybe they want to transition, but they legally can't because of weird paperwork or something. It's a dystopian future.
Yeah, true. We head into the back and enter a small cluttered office.
Which looks remarkably similar.
Which looks the same. The man from the last portrait is seated behind a desk. Looks ridiculous next to his huge frame. He stands as we enter. Well, yeah, he's bulky, but...
It's not that tall.
No. I mean, she looks like a short arse. I'm not
To
lying.
be honest, for his proportions, he actually looks quite short.
Yeah, it's
So
like...
they have, they cut off way, well, they cut off basically just below his crotch or something on the picture, and
Yeah, maybe.
throws the scale off because well, I was about to say the lady, but apparently not. According to the last box, it's cut off just before the knees. And that's probably a thing of medals, not a set of, not a musical keyboard or anything.
The man from the last portrait is seated behind the desk. He stands as we enter. These are the agents, sir.
Thank you, enforcer.
His voice is gruff and cuts through the room like a bug. Yes. The enforcer leaves the room.
What's the matter, Blue? Got bored of her old partner? There's a little due respect, sir. Just janking your chain. I know exactly why you left.
Yeah, because she was a bitch. Okay, we know who this is.
Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe that's his name, John Gruffman, or something.
No, it's Captain Wells Gruffman, apparently.
Captain Wells. Oh, the Gruffman Wells. That sounds like a posh family.
That does, doesn't it?
Yes!
That's my new...
Yes!
It's my new RP character name. Gruffman Wells. Lady Gruffman Wells.
Yeah, sure you do. So, who's the new girl? Violet, I'm guessing. Name's Harold G. Wells. That's Captain Wells to you.
Yeah, I know. We looked at your picture.
Yeah.
Pleasure is all mine.
Yes, it is. Ooh, treading her blue. So, Captain.
She's not responding to the treat sticks. Or the clicker.
Yeah. Do the clicker and she just looks at me. It's like a scary look, to be honest. I think she might start throwing things, though. I should probably stop breaking into her house and trying to wake her up with treats. Well, it's a busy day. What's all this about, then? I'm a busy man. Looking, sir. Trying to murder. Yes, heard about that. What's the bureau? Want with trains? Not just quite sure yet. That's what we're looking into. How can you be able to help us out? Hello, first, you have a grand, just for us. Maybe you should have your own list so look. We haven't had a chance to unbed the beer, guys.
Blue hands the photos to Wells. Wells stares at them for a moment, then shouts across the office.
Enforcer!
I jump slightly at the noise, and Blue's hand closes lightly on my wrist. His fingers pushing gently into my skin. The enforcer re-enters the room.
Take these fellas down to analysis. Tell them I needed results 5 minutes ago.
I'd love to be your neighbour at this point.
My neighbour's a professional saxophonist. So I hear his stuff, he hears my stuff. It's fine. I think I get the better end of the deal.
Yeah, I think you do. Yes, sir. Enforcer leaves the room with the photos and Blue's hand. Let's go. I like the idea of a professional saxophonist. Just because the name is so cool. And Blue's hand lets go of my wrist and moves away. I can still feel the ghost of his fingers etched onto my flesh.
Because he's a ghost. Or he left his soul behind. They'll come up with something in a few minutes. They can go through the files rather quickly. So, appreciate the assistance. What are you thinking? You stop shouting, please. I mean, who do you think that is in the photo?
Wrong voice.
What? Oh, sorry. I mean, who do you think that is in the photo of Grace? The last one.
Go on then.
No, it's just...
It's none of your concern.
I thought you were a little nicer than red. Maybe I was wrong. It's not as good or nothing else, huh? How nice what he's talking about. Well, shouting about.
I don't see what good it'll do, but fine. We suspect it may have something to do with the rebels.
Is it the rebels, sir? Remember her name's Zara. You familiar? Yes, we used to date! Of course I'm familiar. I'm the captain. Not some faceless enforcer. I have a name.
And most of your face back.
Indeed! I even got some parts of other people's.
Great.
Yes, of course. I fancy saying, sir, I'll see the person in High Grange. Either her or one of her cell members. Zara Cell has been more active than usual in recent months. Seems plausible.
Silence descends on the room. The captain slowly sits back down in his seat behind his desk and gestures for us to sit in chairs opposite. Shuffles papers around his desk as Blue and I sit, our hands accidentally brushing. Really?
Should we just ask for a sigh count as well?
I feel a wave of heat run through my body, starting at my hands.
Oh, it didn't start at your hand, did it?
No.
That's good. It did not start at your hand.
I look at Blue, turning my head slightly. Blue's eyes trace down the side of my face, briefly, before meeting mine with a small grin.
Just thinking, later on, I'm going to be driving with my butt. Whoop! He runs and bumps into and runs away.
He's a very scary man. The look is broken when the enforcer re-enters the room, carrying a file and the photographs. She hands them to the captain.
Oh, she's changed gender now.
Maybe it's a different enforcer. Are you
Yeah.
saying they all look alike?
Well, but they do wear uniforms and stuff, so that's kind of the intention.
She hands them to the captain and exits once more. Captain Wells examines the files.
Well, it appears all there was a good one. A man in the photo with Grange has been identified as a rebel nicknamed Sandman. We know he's one of Zala's cronies.
Sandman, the bringer of sweet dreams. Ironic.
Really hasn't done anything. There's nothing to be ironic. This is more like creepy, but for some reason the name sounds familiar. Probably because he works really closely with the person we're tracking down. I mean, he is. That's so. Yeah, I think the Bureau has an open file on him.
So Zala is as good as guilty.
That's no. I won't be hasty, because that's not how evidence works. As in, there isn't any. If memory serves, this is the first part of focus. Where did this go? This is a bright open Zala's cell. As that's a fact that this is no only present set, which is outside of Zala's usual realist. It's just quite adult. Like a brain cat.
But you were behind the theory just a minute ago. What changed?
Josephine, if the people have been Zala in disguise, I want to put it on Lindsay to be more convinced that someone's been operator for her. He and Zala may have a phone net. Besides, sitting the dark is a nightmare. She has to text the city as much as possible. Only kills when absolutely hilarious and necessary.
Do I need to remind you that she had a knife at my throat less than 24 hours ago?
Yeah, she didn't use it, did she?
That doesn't matter.
And it does. Could killed you instantly. Ahem! Anything else you fellows might need? No, it's sound plus. I figure out if a salmon is still one of us.
The rebel we captured in the alley.
Great minds. That's my thought as well, Captain. But by the way, for anyone who's following, that the rebel that they didn't capture in the alley because once she got attacked by the lady with the knife, they just the narrative completely forgot the other guy existed. Presumably he just walked off with the Lux Caster or Torch, as it's otherwise known. One moment.
Captain reaches for a phone in his desk, which was buried under so much paper didn't even know what was there. He dials, listens, and after a moment begins speaking.
It's Captain Wells. I need to know where the rebel we captured yesterday is. Presumably the prison. Yes, from the alley, because we're rubbish at capturing rebels. Well, it's up, Bridget. Wells out. Smash his phone into desk. There we go.
Slams the phone.
Yeah, not on the receiver. Into the top of the desk.
Yes. Before turning back to us.
The rebel is still being interrogated by my enforcers. You'll need to wait a little while before we have the info you need. We'll get it out of him. Trust me.
And at that creepy point, we're going to call it an episode.
Indeed!